here we are once again at Poets Out Loud meets Speakeasy Online, and there's a few notices for bits and pieces. But first of all, I want to say happy birthday to Alison, to Ali. Many happy returns. So I'll give you a big round of applause. Happy birthday! See, that's made it all worthwhile. Yeah, there's a few things coming up over the next couple of weeks. The Kirkgate Arts Centre in Cockermouth got in touch about wanting to do an online poetry event, and I think they pushed the event back to the 23rd, Wednesday the 23rd of September. There'll be more details appearing on their website soon. But there'll be about a 45 minute evening of poetry launched on their website, and there'll be some familiar faces from the Poets Out Loud and Speakeasy contingent contributing to that. For this particular event, we were sort of limited to only 8 people, but hopefully it'll go well, and you never know, maybe they'll do another one at some other point in time, and we may get a few more people involved, and just let's hope it goes well and it's well supported, and maybe everyone will be famous. You're going around Cockermouth going, oh, I've seen them on the poetry night. So that's the first announcement. The next announcement was we've been trying to get the outstanding copies of Speakeasy magazine #4 and Poetry for a Purpose out to contributors who haven't yet received them. So now that well, hopefully we're out of lockdown, we'll get in touch and try and get those distributed, whether it's in person or we post them out. So does that sound okay to people? Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Excellent stuff. And then the next thing on the list of events is Juliet. You know, Juliet, who sometimes comes along to these things. She said, "Oh, I know the poet and writer and comedian John Higley, and he might be up for doing some kind of online workshop or sort of tuition. I don't know whether anybody would be interested in that." So I thought, oh well, we'll ask people and see what people say. I mean, it might be a couple of hours sort of thing, and it may be, there might be a small cost, probably no more than about £5 to take part. But does that sound like something people might be up for doing? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. We'll see what happens, and we'll get our heads together and try and figure something out on that front. And then once we know more details, we can let you know. Cool. So yeah, there we are. I think that's enough notices, and I'll get on with reading some bits and pieces. I'm afraid this is an old one, so you'll have to bear with me if you've heard it before. But I didn't have time to write much in the way of new things. And this one's called Writer's Block. It goes like this. I tried to write you something. Really, I did. But I've got writer's block. Tried to do something different. See what ideas I could unlock. Picked out notes upon battered keys, old chipped ebony and ivories, but only tunes I already knew escaped from my old piano. So it didn't work. Just left me in a quandary, sorting through existential laundry in the labyrinth of my mind. They say a picture paints 1,000 words. At least that's the gist of what I heard. I tried to do a sketch, but I've drawn a blank. Is inspiration alive or dead? Why do ideas vacate my head? Perhaps I should have just stayed in bed, shut my eyes and caught some Zeds. I juggle ideas, have a laugh, and then, just at my day's end, a eureka moment in the bath. Will I remember it until I find a pen? And you can be sure, I'll recall each word an ingenious rhyme, until to paper I must commit it. And, oh well, another time. That's it. Thank you very much. And it's now the birthday girl herself.
Okay, the birthday girl is going to read a new poem called Amulet. Amulet. I'm just trying to get, it's hard to look in the screen and hold my paper as well. Mercurial waters, surface misted, silhouette the cormorant, black onyx carved. An ankh, not of Isis, symmetrical occupant of time and space, bringing together all things. Keyhole, portal, black hole, luring shadows and landscapes, darkling crags, gloomy mine openings, ancient oak leaf dapple. The shape paints onto my lips. My soul transfers, immortal, empowered, resurrection. I stretch out my wing bars, feel the weight of water-laden feathers, shaft, hook, tip, filament, sun-warmed, overlaid, polished. My long neck snakes upwards, yellow-throated, beak balances, an autumn moon pearl.
Good stuff. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Tony, you got something for us?
I have, yes. So, when a kid, you can keep the world out if you don't put your fingers in your ears and say la la la, can't you? So I thought I would write a poem about that, and I'm going to do it as a sort of or a chant, I suppose, and it's called La La La. La la la, I can't hear, got my fingers in my ears, snug inside, scared no more, can't hear knocking at the door. The COVID helped, showed the way, how to keep the world at bay. Once it's done, don't join hands, life will hurt less by broadband. Or a new Xbox, same day drone, brought by Burton's on my phone. a Netflix binge, no more dread, no black swans fly overhead. A danger looms, all fake news, so much bullshit in my view. Super bug, 10 times worse, engineer a lethal curse. Who'd do that? Can't be right. Must be fairer ways to fight. Food arrives, taps still flow. What do climate experts know? Safe in here, I can't drown in the high part of the town. AI's fine, pay no mind, let them track or fall behind. Robot folks are leaders' tools, fantasy made up by fools. Rogue AI learns to smash. Let's put that one into trash. Younger now, like a kid, doing better than I did. La la la, no more fears, got my fingers in my ears. And that's it.
Oh, that was really good. Yeah, it does feel like that sometimes.
Strange world.
Oh, yeah.
You ought to set all your poems to music, Tony. Apparently you don't stammer when you sing, apparently.
That's right.
It uses a different part of the brain. So
that's right, especially at the moment. I'm finding that there is such a big difference there. If I do sing, I'm fine, yeah. But,
Cool. It's the way forward.
it could be.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Jeanette, what have you got?
Promise I won't sing because I am tone deaf. Anyway, this is one on, well, I've got teenagers and parents of teenagers. I'm not sure which of us. Anyway, it's called The Fall of Snow. Snowballs held stones in the 70s. They hurtled and stung, shivering, thrashing, so we dodged the same pain for our offspring. We kept them in igloos, creating fine snowflakes that flutter, then disintegrate in complexity. Now snowballs hold stones within mobiles, ringing and stinging, shivering, thrashing. We can't dodge the pain for our offspring. Now stones permeate igloos, damage our snowflakes, as relentless rings ruin the silence of snow. What's that?
That was great. Thank you very much. George.
Hi, Phil.
Hello.
I'm just hoping I haven't read this one before, because I know I've read a couple of Glasgow things, but I don't think, I'm pretty sure I haven't read this. It was actually in Dreich 6, but it's, you've all heard of a Glasgow kiss. Well, this is a Glasgow hug. A Glasgow hug. The city breathes in. He feels its hard edges, the surge of night streets. At the corner he ponders, routes home, wonders. How many are making tea, spoons clinking on saucers? How many are in bed, curved in love? He is grabbed in a bear hug, swung from his feet by a booze-happy man who leans closer. You remind me of my dad. He smiles, nods, feels the warmth. My dad, the voice cracks, is in a hospice, dying. He watches the man roll on, swilling away in that tide of night, whose voices haunt him. Lanes pull at his fears, dark fissures threatening to suck him in. Laughter echoes from somewhere, and he wishes it was his. A sweet memory in his tongue. He wants to rejoin the revellers, wants to belong.
Good stuff. Ros, it's you.
Hi. I've been doing a course on the Future Learn people, which are free courses on how to read a poem, it's called. I thought it was about time I actually knew what I was doing. But anyway, we learned the word ekphrasis, which means writing about a picture. So this is the picture. Can you see that or not? It's like a giant ceramic pumpkin on a pier overlooking the lake. So anyway, I'm my poem now. Found the picture. Right, and we also learnt about what was it called, intertextuality, where you sort of use other verses. So when I saw the picture, I thought of this. I'd like to read you the other verse as well when I've read my own little bit, which is very short. I called it Strange Fruit. Strange fruit trips off the tongue of Billie Holiday, falls from the pen of Lewis Allen. Tell me, Abel Meeropol, what did you see hanging there? Yellow pus oozing from black pores, with nothing beyond that blue horizon. And that's what it made me think of, and the poem that I put it into is Strange Fruit, which is, you probably know it anyway, it's a Billie Holiday song. It's southern trees bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees, pastoral scene in the gallant south, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolias sweet and fresh, then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is the fruit that the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather and the wind to suck, for the sun to rot and the tree to drop. Here is a strange and bitter crop. And that's that one. So that was just something I've been thinking about. Can you read yours again, Ros? Sorry?
Can you read yours again?
Yeah, sorry.
Because now we've heard that one. Can you read yours again, please?
Yeah, it probably would help if I could show you the picture, but I've no idea how to share the screen.
Okay.
That's all right.
Strange fruit trips off the tongue of Billie Holiday, falls from the pen of Lewis Allen. Tell me, Abel Meeropol, what did you see hanging there? Yellow pus oozing from black pores, with nothing beyond that blue horizon.
Oh.
You probably couldn't see the pumpkin, which was this yellow thing with black spots. So anyway, that's what it sent my brain to, so I'll go away.
That was good. And clever use of colours in there as well, because yeah. No, it's good. Oh. These courses sound really good. Oh. Richard, what have you got to share?
Sleep the Perfect Escape, it's called. And goes like this. Floating away into the night on a magic carpet of dreams, drifting right out of sight. What a way to go it seems. Images as true as reality, some wild, some pleasant, some rotten, and yet painted with such vitality. Come morning, all is forgotten. Strange ideas take formation, thoughts as unique and vivid as your imagination, or such schemes as your memory has. So that's Sleep, the Perfect Escape Act. A complete new life you can make. Not fantasy, but fact. Or so it seems until you wake. Did you get it that time? Yeah, good.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you for doing that again. That was
I should learn them at this rate.
We'll all learn.
Yes, you probably will.
Val, we're with you.
Hello. Can
Hello.
you hear me?
You were a little bit quiet.
Is that any better?
A little bit.
I really don't know what to do. I can't make it louder. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Just as long as you're close and clear, I think we'll be okay.
I'll try. I wrote this when we had all that thunder and lightning a few weeks ago, and it's called Stormy Weather. Watching the lightning was really quite frightening. The house seemed right under a huge clap of thunder, and as the rain hammered down, I thought we'd all drown. Is this a warning about global warming? The climate is changing, the world rearranging. But now skies are clear, there seems nothing to fear. I was scared yesterday, but today's a new day. So no one takes heed of the changes we need now the storm has gone, and we all carry on just the same as before. Who cares what's in store? When it comes to our turn to either drown or to burn, will we find satisfaction in dying from inaction? Do we just sit here and wait, accept our inevitable fate? No, let's make a start and each play our part. So make your voice heard, spread the net zero word. And that's that.
Wise words indeed. Thank you. Craig, we're with you.
Okay, this is a little bit cheeky and it's probably not very PC either, but I wrote it quickly this week, just a couple of things, just so I had something to read. But anyway, many years ago, I used to play rugby league, and I was an open side prop, and we didn't do it, but quite often you'd see rugby union players on stag weekends and stuff like that, and they used to dress up as ladies quite often. So maybe a bit of that is kind of an influence for this poem anyway, but it's called Elegy to an Open Side Prop. There are two types of hookers you may encounter in life. One who gives of their time freely, whom you put an arm around and get to know intimately as they fight for your balls over 80 minutes in the scrum or after a few drinks in the club. And one who charges you royally for the privilege of less than half that time. Or you could discover what young Alfie Tattersall did when old Rusty Liversidge hung up his boots after distinguished service as an open side prop and latterly a stand-in physio for Herbert Hoppy Saddleworth, and became the first transsexual prostitute in Batley to have represented Great Britain at rugby league. All characters are purely fictitious.
Okie dokie. Thank you very much for sharing that. Susan.
Okay. There is a feeling of freedom when you swim or walk outdoors, when you conquer a top or decide to swim across a stretch of water. Why is it whenever I pick up a pen, this is like a beacon for words, not from the pen, but from other people's mouths? Having lost my train of thought completely, I now try to immerse myself in the thought process of before. I revisit the short paragraph I wrote to try and recapture the sensation. I stop again to ask for the pen clicking to cease. So, freedom, swimming, walking, yeah, it feels good, it felt great before, felt imaginative and powerful. Now, I'm distracted and cross. This is my reality, and so I swim or walk. Solitary things I have become faster than other people at doing. The promise of solitude, the unreachableness of calm. This is my reward. but you may never get to hear about it. I need one of those mugs that say, I'm not, what is it? I'm busy, I'm writing or something. I can't remember what it is. Go away, I'm writing or something.
Yeah. Oh, well, Christmas is coming. But possibly for no more than 6 people at a time. All right, that was some good stuff. I think we're maybe due to sign out, so we'll go through the time warp and we'll see you on the in the next part. Does that sound okay? Okay.
Still got about 4.5 minutes, apparently.
Yeah. I might be able to change that. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
You mentioned John Higley before. I used to have a cassette tape that I used to play in the car and laugh my head off. One of my favourite poets. So I would look forward to doing something with him.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how Juliet's got in touch with him, but I think he did an event with her and a group last year sometime, and I think he's he's obviously keen to do some more with other writers. I've heard him do some stuff on the radio on Radio 4 on it. He does some, seems to be his musings on life and his cat. I think his cat's called Henry. Henry didn't like to go to the vets because the vet had to do a test and insert a thermometer somewhere, and the cat didn't like that. Cat went.
He did a very famous poem about his glasses. That's probably the one that he's most memorable for, I think.
Oh, we'll look forward to that. Yeah, cool. All right. I think we're getting there. I found this one that I wrote some time ago. Not entirely sure where it came from, but came to me. It did. So here it is, and it's called "The Cookie Jar is Empty," and it goes something like this. And the world is turning round before you reach the ground. All the honey's gone, and the cookie jar is empty. Mama Bear and Papa Bear, they don't talk no more, only when they're shouting. Every day you hide away, sailing on the high seas or living in the jungle. Picnic hampers for all your friends, cakes and sandwiches, lemonade and sherbet. Sitting there on tartan rugs in the grassy clearing, gazing at the leafy ceiling. Afternoon tea for two, poured carefully for me and you. Rope swing dreams and flower chains swirl away the hours, unbeknownst, silently, invaded by the creatures of the very small. Soldiers carry out their orders, retrieve the precious cargo, walk it down the line. Watch it go, precision flow. Besides, you're too busy teaching manners to Mr. Frog. And the day's not done until you're covered head to toe and muddied. Dirty footprints from the bathroom, brown stains across those crisp white towels. All the honey's gone, and the cookie jar is empty. And that's that. Thank you very much. And Tony, we're with you.
Righty-ho. I've got a poem about aging. I seem to write lots of those for some reason. I can't think why. But before I to read it. I just have to check that nobody is wearing a brown cardigan. Brown cardigans, no. So that's all right. And the poem is called Ashen Lapses. He'll wear a brown cardigan with toggles of imitation horn and two agging side pockets for butterscotch and bogies. I will wear elasticated kecks with room for a swelling gut. Their colour will be charcoal to hide expected slitter stains. I will wear fawn slippers with lining of imitation wool, a size too big, so they flap as I learn my old man shuffle. I will put on these purchases and be enraged. I will photo my inverse in the whole mirror to capture this awful instance of clothes unmaking a man, then run upstairs to strip off and get back into gangrel kit abandoned during my fall. I will stuff these fashion lapses in my rucksack, march them at the double up a mountain and burn them by the cairn. I will warm hands at the fire as sparks fly over and then my aging bones will creak as I leave the pyre to smoulder. I will manage the long descent. And that's it. So was that breaking up, or was it better?
Time was much better, so you know.
All right, well, okay.
I don't know. Zoom is a mystery unto everybody. Sometimes it's fine and sometimes it's weird. I don't know, but that was good. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, Jeanette.
Right, this is a poem I put together last year when I was rushing for a train. Nearly missed it, and I had to try running, which I'm not the best at. So this was started to draft it while I was sitting on there. This is the Northern Service to Whitehaven, calling at and out of steam on carriage clamber. My speed is far from express. Shin sprinted but buffered beholden, I slump into a seat, coalesce. Transported and lulled into daydream, I gaze gormless at shoes in the aisle. Some seem to fit with their owners, quick-fashioned or journeyed a while. Eyes avert eyes out of windows, most on phones, but some fall in books. Hypnotized seat psychedelia, cow print case and stained Costa cups. Non-compliant versus compliant, devoid of division or class. We all share unkempt upholstery, armrests lay back for the mass. Wondering where some are going, are they content where they've been? As curious as scraped graffiti, do they desire to be seen? Grasping the chair-back antennae, sensing it's time to alight, we're now approaching Wigton with tickets of wonder to write. Thank you for travelling with Northern today. We hope you have a pleasant onward journey. That's that.
It's like we were there with you. Okay, George, do you have another?
Hi, Phil. Yeah, I was out and had coffee today for the first time since March. I haven't been in a cafe for, oh, well, as long as that. So I just thought, this is very quick, so don't blink or look away. Cafe menu. The list grinds on. 57 on the chalkboard, none called coffee.
That's very true.
I was in a cafe one day and I looked at the board and everything, it was written all across, and it was Americanos and Macachuda and caramelized something or others and God knows all what. And I suddenly thought, no, one of them says they're coffee.
Oh, yeah, I think that's emblematic of our time, isn't it? I mean, yeah. Is it not? It's usually there's 50 different variations of coffee, and then it's just like and tea, but no, loads and loads of coffee, a little bit of tea.
Not like that in Marks and Spencer.
No, there are other cafes available. Thank you very much, Ros.
Okay, got some more from my course because I haven't really done anything else this week. She was trying to tell us how to write creatively and giving us exercises, I suppose. And one of the things she said was to listen to the interzones of noise, which I've picked out, and another one was the extremes of boredom. So I've managed to put them in, but this is the inspiration I got from having been offered these ways of finding inspiration. I've called it just looking. My head has been out shopping. It left the body in charge to wander around the mall aimlessly in the interzones of noise, trying to find something to look good, suitable, searching shops to the extreme of boredom, considering things, touched things, unable to find anything that didn't look too cheap or simply wouldn't fit. I despair of inspiration. Can I help you? Asks someone. Not really, I say. I'm just looking for ideas. And that's what I come up with an empty head, a poem about an empty head. Thank you.
That's great. Yeah, well, I used to work in a shop, and it was always difficult to know how much of that sort of customer service people wanted or not. And you'd say, are you managing okay? And people say, oh, we're just looking for inspiration. And I'd be like, let me know when you find some. I should have gone, no, I'll just take you over to our inspiration range, which is just over here. Missed a trick. Oh, never mind. Richard.
Yes.
Hello.
Are you good on? Am I on? Yeah.
You're on, and hopefully it will be okay.
You may gather from my accent that I don't come from up this way. I was actually born in London, moved to Bournemouth for my childhood, and then I worked back in Harrow for 40 years. But when I was younger, I used to spend time up here with my grandparents who came from Egremont for the summer holidays, and I got to like the lakes. So once I retired, my wife and I moved up here, and we haven't regretted it for an instant. And this is a poem called We Went North. It starts off a bit, you know, disparagingly, but it gets better. We went north because it's foggy, more damp, dull and soggy, but we didn't seem to mind. We went north because it's better, although it's much, much wetter. And the winters are so unkind. We went north, though it's colder, and the women are bolder, and always mean what they say. We went north up the A1, and we liked it from day one, from Silloth to Morecambe Bay. Going north, the Solway Firth, Cumbria, land of my birth, Scafell Pike and Air Force. It's grim up there, of course. We went north to see the lake. That was our first mistake, for the mist obscured the view. We went north to walk the fell, where bleating herdwicks smell, and the sky is rarely blue. We went north, we love it so, with the rain and the sleet and snow, for sometimes the sun does shine. We went north, and we hope to be there, where the views are free, and the weather is sometimes fine. Like it was today. Thank you.
Okay. Val, we're back with you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey. My grandson came up a couple of weeks ago, and I was just thinking about when me and my sisters used to go on the shore. So this is just sort of a poem about memories about going on to the seaside. It's called Seaside Adventure. Let's go and explore on Maryport shore. We'll find secret places we've not found before. We'll take off our socks, scramble over rocks, paddle in the water till it reaches our frocks. When we're back on dry land, we'll make castles of sand with turrets and moats. They'll look really grand. Then at our leisure we'll go hunt for treasure, collect pebbles and shells, whatever our pleasure. And we'll drink lemonade and eat cake that's homemade, and then make sand pies with a bucket and spade. It all sounds such fun, I so want to come. We're off on an adventure and the day's just begun. That's it.
Wonderful. Oh, those memories are so evocative and sort of childhood memories.
It was like so exciting just to go on Maryport shore. Like now it's like nothing really, is it?
Yeah. Oh well, you know, it's funny when you're a kid that things like that mean so much. It's and they stay with you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It was lovely. Okay, Craig, have you got another one for us?
Yeah, this is one I wrote this week in about 5 minutes. It's not autobiographical. It's called I Am a Maniac. So I might put in a different voice other than my own. I am a maniac that lies round the back of every shy introvert and only comes out on Sundays when we're never having fun days, but should be because it's the weekend. And it's the last chance before Monday, miserable Monday, when no one wants to go out to play, let alone play with the fire I'm starting. That stab through the heart thing that floors you and covers you in Tommy sauce. Only joking, of course, but who's laughing? Because I'm the mad thing that walks around at parties, annoying everybody, stalks the breakdown highways and slashes your tyres when a puncture would suffice. To pull you over and entice you into my trap. Claptrap nonsense I talk, more a stalker than a stalker. Where's the matches? Cat got your tongue? When I choke you will find out. Hope to share an uneasy conversation on that lone bench at the station you thought was safe to sit on, free of bird shit that I spit on and wipe off with my sleeve before you arrive. Easy, take it easy. I merely speak in jest, but I can tell I've got you worried about me. You think what kind of crazy would put those lines on paper? But I wrote this in 5 minutes. It all just started flowing, and I don't know where it's going, so I'll stop and sit beside you. Because unlike that nearby spider, I wouldn't hurt a fly, dear. And I wrote this on a Friday. And I'm not a maniac. I'm not even a mechanic. And that's it. Thank you.
There's been some interesting material coming from you this evening. But it's, you know.
Keep an eye on him, yes.
Yeah.
I have written some other stuff. So I have written some other stuff, but that I've sent that into competition. So I'm having to give you instead of the championship, I'm having to give you like League Two and
oh yeah.
The conference sort of equivalents. I'm afraid.
Well, if you're writing this stuff in 5 minutes, you're getting quicker at writing stuff, because it was taking 40 years at one point. That was great. Susan, back with you.
The smell of homegrown tomatoes means everything and different things. That iron lifeblood smell from the merest brush against those fuzzy stems, lingering on your fingers even after spuds are washed. And with the carrotiest carrots and the freshest beans, fills more than just your belly, fills your soul with sensory sensations.
Great stuff. I'm starting to feel hungry already. Cool. Good stuff. Oh, well, we've done another round. I'll better read something. I came up with these words a couple of weeks ago. I'm not really sure where they came from, but there's sort of allusions to the old Patrick McGoohan TV series, The Prisoner. And probably being in lockdown over the last 6 months has probably reminded me of the slightly surreal 60s TV show. And then today with the rule of 6, I thought, oh, we're back there again, trying to escape the village. So, yeah, I don't know. This goes a little bit like this. I'm not scared of flying. It's just not my favorite form of transportation. And I'm not scared of dying. I just don't think I've reached my expiration. I'm not afraid of asking why. I've got too many unanswered questions. I will sift the truth from the lies. I'm just in search of explanations. The more we learn, the less we know. Answers are a prison to ourselves. Questions are a burden to others. You ask me, will I run? Like blazes, if I get the chance. They say it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. I've tried to get away, but you always bring me back. Maybe I'm resigned to my fate, that I'll be seeing you soon. Seeing you. Thank you. Okay, Tony.
Okay. As I've got a poem called Building, building, and on the page, the verses are two lines, then 4, then 6, then 8. or it actually gives a building effect. I'll have a go at this. A building. Id to build stone, brick, metal girders. Id to build well, not barriers, but leaping bridges, not turkey sheds and high-rise cells, but dwellings. It's offered dignity. So did you rebuild after the hell of a 30 years war, or a single night of shock and awe, or however long the tearing down took? Did you clear the rubble and the twisted metal and start again, again and again? So did you build selflessly with no thought of amassing wealth or measuring skills against the rest and winning the prizes at the ceremonies? But was it enough for you just to know that these bridges and these dwellings, like the works of all forgotten makers, out last you and serve their purpose? So that's it, yeah. I was also thinking of the poets as builders as well, because the old Scots word for poet is maker or makar.
Yeah. That's what lives on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bricks and mortar and words.
That's it.
Cool. Where are we at? Jeanette, we're back to you.
This is one called Something in the Nothing. An escape to the rain that seeps up through her soul, so she can feel, just feel, something from the nothing of the day. Rain camouflages tears she cannot feel, a thing. Was there something in the nothing of this day? Old cold pocket cradles her palm. Lost in a corner, she can feel a little something in the nothing of today. A soaked, warm weft guides her hand. She finds something, clutches something, a forgotten something for tomorrow.
That was great. Thank you very much. George, we're back with you.
Right, Phil. Yes, well, I'm back in the cafe, actually. So this is Waitress. That endless smile of youth opens her approach. Ordering coffee becomes joyous. Cake not a temptation, a celebration, sliced reminder of when every day was a future, every experience to be stored. She has dusted out our dry corridors, our linen sparkles. Have a nice day, possible.
Hopefully, it is possible. Ross, we're with you.
Well, I've only got one more, but I started rewriting it just before 7:30 and didn't finish. So I might, I don't know. Have a look.
Well, go.
Right, well, you might as well have it since I haven't got anything else at the minute. When I wasn't reading my course, I went for a walk, and my husband told me it was only a little walk. This was it. We walked up over Hen Combe today. A little chickaber fell. The route formed an oval on the map, compact as an egg. The yoke of my rucksack adding to the effort of the climb, compensated for by the view that spread in all directions like an egg white across the bottom of the pan before it cooks into one delicious morsel when we reached the summit. But I don't think I quite finished it, but never mind. I probably never will now, never mind.
That was done. That's great. That's complete. Good stuff. Okay. Richard.
Is that it? You can hear me now?
Yes,
Good.
loud and clear.
Good, good. This is called Above the Parapet. Given the choice, most of us would be sensible and when danger is around, stay undercover. But this is a tale of those who go against the grain for a cause, even if they die in the attempt. Sticking your head above the battlements of a castle under siege is asking to get an arrow in your neck, or going over the top as the whistle blows in the trenches is towards certain death. These type of heroics take a certain amount of courage. So this is above the parapet. Would you put your head above the parapet to confront the dread and all the dangers met? Are you quite willing, place bodies on the line, take the king's shilling, or like a fool decline? Would you put your head on the guillotine's block, stand by what you said, or just follow the flock? Take death in your stride for a cause that is lost, and enjoy the ride, whatever the cost. Would you put your head in the mouth of a croc, or stay in your bed still waiting for the knock? Why not stay behind while your comrades advance? With a coward's mind, you go and hide your lance. And that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, there's some age-old questions there.
Yeah, totally.
I think we're coming up to only a couple of minutes left, so we'll maybe pause here, and if we sign back in, we'll pick up again, and it'll be Val to start off the next bit. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
All right. I'll see you on the other side. See what happens. Ooh.
Back at school, are they
Yes, we have to have packed lunches now.
getting on okay, are they?
Yeah, they seem to be, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Enthusiasm. Arthur has got Andy Hopkins as a teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That'll be interesting. Parents' evening should be fun.
That'll be good for it. His work is a good poet anyway.
Well, he seems to be quite a passionate teacher as well. From the few lessons Arthur's had with him, he seems to be quite energized by his delivery. So that bodes well for the year, hopefully.
Excellent. Yeah.
Cool. So it's just 1 week down.
Yes. Well, Who knows how many to go? I may still get them back at home. You never know.
Well, I think they're trying very hard to keep the schools the last sort of bastion of things that are carrying on, aren't they?
Yeah, I think one entire third form was sent home from a school as well,
Really?
just like this week, a couple of days ago or something, just wiped out. So you don't know. We don't know yet.
Oh, well.
But fingers crossed.
Yeah. And well, hope that doesn't happen to anyone else. But
Yeah.
cool. All right. I think we're back, and yes, we're with Val. If you've got another one to share with us, Val.
Yeah. I wrote this one when the hot weather was on in summer, and I saw this guy finish a bottle of water, and then he just threw the bottle on the ground, even though there was a bin like right next to him. So I thought I'd have a bit of a rant, as I do. So it's called People Are Rubbish. Don't throw your rubbish down on the ground. I'm fed up of litter lying around. See that round black thing? It's called a bin. When you finish your drink, put the bottle in. One bottle dropped here, more over there. There's plastic pollution lying everywhere. Do you not feel ashamed? Do you not care? It makes me so angry I could almost swear. Just put it in the bin, you lazy lot. This is the only planet that we've got. That's my rant over.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Absolutely, yeah.
We were always told to put rubbish in the bin or take it home, but
Yeah.
people now just ditch it anywhere. It's terrible.
It's like face masks, like chewing gum on the pavement at the moment, aren't there?
All those things,
Yeah.
and fly tipping and stuff like that.
I had a friend who was a retired headmaster, and he did behave like it, but he did exactly what Val did and asked the youth to put in the bin the wrapper he'd just thrown on the floor, not knowing that his dad was about 3 meters away. Dad strode over and said, "Here, Darren, put that back." And he made the boy take it out of the bin and put it back on the floor.
What?
What an idiot. Once when I was on the tube in London, because I worked and lived there.
In the tube?
This guy was on the tube, yeah.
Did you live in the tube?
I did, just this one carriage. It was very nice. And, you know, nobody looks at each other, especially in the morning commute. But this guy was eating an apple, and he threw the core out the tube door when he finished. And some guy said, "You should go and pick that up." And we were all like, "Oh my God, someone's spoken." So we're all like, newspaper, you know, over the metro, like, and he said, "You should go and pick that up." And they was like, "Shut up, I'm not picking it up." And this guy waited until the beep, 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 beep went for the door, and he hauled the guy and threw him out the train to go and pick the apple car up. So he missed his train. And we were all like, like, nobody, we were just, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Nice.
But we were all like secretly going, yay!
Yeah.
That was hilarious, because this guy was like waiting, and then beep, 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 and he grabbed him and threw him out. It's fab.
Nice one.
Absolutely fabulous. Probably got sued for assault or something. You had to.
Maybe, yeah.
We were all secretly going, yeah.
Wow. Okie dokie. Craig, we're back with you.
Okay, I'll give you a one that I wrote a long time ago, which I think I've read once at my first ever SpeakEasy, Poets Out Loud. I think I read it, but some of you probably haven't heard it. It's called Corridor Love. Engulfed by a crimson wave, your beauty washes over me, and I gasp for breath and struggle for words that made sense in my mind, but bemused once uttered, or rather stuttered into the embarrassed air, like a fledgling's first faltering flight. The generosity of your smile embraces all, and I am submerged within you, feeding my desire, devouring my self-composure. Outside it's raining, inside my heart is on fire, but the flames are soon extinguished when you look beyond me to the handsome young gentleman behind. So I become a wet blanket once again, dousing the flames of my love ambitions as quickly through the nearest fire exit out onto the damp, steaming pavement of my life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Susan, we're back with you.
Okay. Global potential with a star inside. Out of twigs and rain, sustenance is born. The nurturer overcoming original sin. Eat of me, eat of my flesh. Breathe with earthly rhythm, weeping circular tears of dew. Withdrawing into yourself to regrow generations and cast off leaves and shadows.
Excellent. Okay, we come to the end of another round. Do we want to do another round, or do we want to pause this evening? Do we want to call it quits there? Who wants to carry on? Nobody. Well, that's all right. We've done 3 rounds.
To do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, life happens. It's been good. We've cracked a lot in.
Been good anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you all for joining in.
Thanks, Phil.
Well, thank you, Phil.
For
Yeah.
hosting.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah.
Give yourselves a round of applause for reading and listening.
Unmuted now.
Bearing with us. Yeah. There'll be, as I said at the start, this Kirkgate Spectacular is going to be Wednesday the 23rd of September, as far as I know. And once they get some advertising, it'll be on social media, and I'm sure we'll post it on Facebook and can fire out emails and things to let people know about
Say
it.
about getting copies of poetry to people.
I did all that. I did that, didn't I? Didn't I do that? I said about getting the books to people. Yeah. And yeah. So there'll be the next Speakeasy is on Wednesday the 30th. So that's a little while away, but there'll be, the info will go out for that in due course and everything. But yeah, thank you all for joining in. We'll see you next time, and stay safe.
Take care, one and all.
Thanks, Phil.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Soon.
Take care.
Yeah.
Have a safe trip home.
Bye.
Bye-bye.